Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. Now, I understand that Simon's video today was quite long, and he suggested I do a slightly shorter one. Who knows how that's going to work out? I mean, even if I get a puzzle that I've been told is very approachable, we'll see if it is and whether I make it so. This is going to be classic Sudoku though, because we do like to stay in touch with the classic roots occasionally, and there's always learning opportunities in classic Sudoku. Sometimes even the information for variant Sudoku comes out of these. So we'll have a look at this puzzle in a minute. First of all, however, I do want to mention a very interesting thing that's going on from GCHQ, who've often supplied annual very interesting puzzles in the UK. It's the British Intelligence Agency, but they're clearly keen to boost the national intelligence by sending out these puzzles. But what they're doing now, apparently, is sending out either weekly or monthly puzzles. I'm not absolutely sure, but Simon told me to look at this one, so I called it up on Twitter. You can find it on GCHQ Twitter if you're looking soon after this video was created. And it is just a fairly simple puzzle in a way. What comes next in the sequence? And it gives you this string of numbers. What I mean is it's a fairly easy puzzle to understand. However, I did manage to get it in about 15 seconds. So have a look at that. See how you do. We have the numbers 18, 26, 38, 62, 74, 102, question mark. And the question is, what comes next in the sequence? Well, the first thing I noticed is that all these are even numbers. Then I started looking, as one often does in sequence puzzles, at the differences between the numbers. And I noticed that they are 8 between the first two, 12, 24, 12 again, so kind of going up and down, but then 28 from 74 to 102. And I started thinking about 28. It's still an even number, even the difference is an even number, but it's a very different number from 6, 12, 24 and 12. They're all divisible by 6. 28 obviously isn't, and I said to myself, well, 28 is 7 times 4. And then I noticed that here are the digits 7 and 4. So will that work if we go backwards? 6 times 2 is 12, and that's the difference up to 74. 38, 3 times 8 is 24. You add that to 38, you get 62. 2 times 6 is 12. You add that to 26, you get 38. 1 times 8 is 8, obviously. You add that to 18, you get 26. And therefore, the difference in each case is the multiplication of the digits of the previous number. Now that gives a great answer in this puzzle actually, because this sequence must continue with 102 plus 2 times 0 times 1, which is obviously 0. So every future number in this sequence I think is going to be 102, which is a very unusual result, but certainly we can answer the question mark fairly straightforwardly. Just thought that was quite interesting. As I say, apparently these are going to be coming out weekly, so if you're interested in puzzles like that, do check out this GCHQ Twitter feed. Now, going back to this puzzle then. This is a classic Sudoku, so normal Sudoku rules apply, which means that the numbers 1 to 9 appear in each row, column and 3x3 box. This came in from Matthias Frank, who created it and called it Classic Swirl. And given that we know how much, if you've been listening to our podcast, you know how much Simon abhors electronically generated puzzles, we can happily say that this one is apparently not. It is human generated. So I'm looking forward to giving it a try. You can try it on the first link under the video. The links after that will take you to our Patreon site, where obviously the Hitchhiker's Guide puzzle, the Sudoku Hunt, is still proving very popular, to Discord, to our apps, and we obviously have a classic Sudoku app with 100 hand-designed puzzles that have also proved very popular. So anyway, that's all the advertising. Let's have a look at this puzzle. Let's get cracking. So what we tend to do is to corner mark cells in which, in this case, for instance, in row 2, 1 can't be in that box or in that box because they've already got a 1 in. Therefore, we know that within box 2, it's in one of these 2 cells. And when we can confine a number down to 2 or even sometimes 3 cells within a box, we corner mark it like that. If we know that a cell has only 1 or 2 or 3 candidates, we will centrally pencil mark that. So, and that helps us sort of keep an eye on the various possibilities. So I'm looking across the rows. 2 and 2 there. 2 goes in one of these 2 cells, and that one tells us which one, so we can put the full number in there. We don't need any pencil marking. Then looking down across the bottom 3 boxes, we get a 7 there. Not many other repetitions. Now we've got those 2s. We get a 2 pencil marked up here. We can place 8 in column 3. It's got to be there. Having a look, 9's in one of those 3. 7 goes in there though. And not many other repeated digits. 4, 1's in one of those 3. But also I have now noticed 2, 7, 9, 5, 8, and we've got a 6, 4 pair. So we've got what's effectively a naked pair of 1 and 3 there. 6 and 4 there. Naked in this context means it can see every other digit. And here is a naked single. So I've now started looking along this row. We've got a 1, 3 pair, 2, 4, 6 and 7. The numbers we're missing in this row are 5, 8 and 9. And if you look at this cell, its column already has 8 and 9. So the only number that's possible here is 5. So that's a useful naked single. And when that goes in, we can see 5 in row 7 must be here. That's giving us another 5. We can keep going with 5s. We are, yes, 5 up here now, and we've finished all the 5s in the grid. They're all done. That 5, because we had these 2s pencil marked into 2 possible cells, and one of them's now filled, that's really helpful. We know where the 2 is. We can put that in straight away. That doesn't then feed on to the rest of the puzzle. But 4 is now confined to those 2 cells, so we'll pencil mark that. 3 is in one of those 2. This is a very useful kind of blocking area of givens that we've now created. So what else have we got? Now across here we've still only got 8 and 9 to place. Now I can put them in the centers of the cell because I know that's a pair where the candidates are 8 and 9. Now I can see that 3 is looking at all of those cells. It can't be in there. 3 must be here. Oops, sorry, that's meant to be a full digit. There we go. Same with 9, that's looking at those cells, so we can fill in 9 there. Got a 4, 1, 7 triple here. 1 can't be there because of that. That is all looking at this, so we get the 6 and 4 disambiguated. And 1, 3, 7 up here. In fact, we know that the 1 goes there because of these 1s placed here. Then we have a 3, 7 naked pair effectively to finish the row. Now we're looking up and down. 5, 2, 1, 8, 6. 9 and 3, well 3 has to be in one of these 2 cells, but 9 still could be in any of them. I'm not going to pencil mark that. Now 2 and 2, they're ruling out all of those cells. So 2 in box 8 is confined to those 2. That's going to have ramifications on box 2. Still haven't sorted out this 9. I'm missing something here, I'm sure of that. 8, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 4, 1, 2, 2, 9. There's lots of these cells across the bottom row that have only 2 candidates, and I will go back to pencil marking them if it will help. Let's just see. 8 and 8 there. They're ruling out all of those cells. So 8's quite confined in box 2. 1, 4, 5, 7, 3. Oh, I've got something wrong here, haven't I? That 3, 7 pencil marking is absolute nonsense. Okay, that's interesting. Somehow I read that 3 as a 6. So this is a 6, 7 pair, and actually we know which way round they go because of that 6. So my apologies for that. At least I've spotted it before it did any damage. 3 or 8 up there. They're the only candidates for that cell. 7 is now in one of those 2. 6 and 6. No, can't place the 6 yet. It's in one of those in the final column. 3 goes in one of those because those 3s have ruled out all of these cells. And that means we know where 3 goes here. And that's clearly helpful on the 7 pencil mark as well. So we can immediately fill in the 3 and the 7 there. Pencil marking has clearly helped. 7 there means 7 is in one of these 2 cells, and now 7 can't be in those 2 and is here in row 6. We get a 9-4 pair. The other cells in this box are 1 and 6, so 1's effectively a naked single there. And they're resolved. Now we know where the 4 goes up here, and that fixes the 7, and then we're left with a 3-6 pair, which I can't quite resolve yet. Let's keep looking along the rows. 7, 2, 3, 1, 5. Don't know. 6 is in one of those 2 cells. Maybe across the top. Yes. Where does 4 go in the top row? It can't go in those cells, and that one is seen by that. So we can put 4 in there. Now, I can't put 4 in here, but I do remember that 9 was also in one of these cells. Look, 9 and 4 are definitely in those cells, and we know that 2's in one of those. So actually, that forms a 2, 4, 9 triple there. And that means that we've resolved where the 6 goes. It's got to be here. So let's take out the 6 pencil mark. We've got 1 and 8 left to place in the box, and we can do that straight away. That's going to become 4 or 9. This is the last in its column, so that's clearly 8. That looks across at this pencil mark that we made very helpfully, sorts out that as a 3. We get the 6 and 3 there. We've got 1 and 7 for the row. And this has been fairly approachable. It's clearly finishing now, and that's been a nice puzzle. I mean, it's not a difficult one. We get nice little 8-9 pair. We haven't resolved 8 and 9 in either of those boxes, but in those 2 cells, that's an 8-9 pair, and therefore that's looking straight at this cell, which has to become a 4 as a result. That fixes 9 there, 2 there. 9 and 2 are both looking at this cell, so that must be a 4. That's resolving box 7, and now we're just finishing off. 9 there sorts out our 8-9 pairs. The 3 and the 1 are done, and then there's just these last 2 in box 9, and that should be the solution to Matthias's puzzle. Very nice, and well done if you did that quickly. Well done if you got there in the end. If you're not used to finishing puzzles on the channel, it's always fun. But that's today's video. Just a bit to learn about naked singles and spotting pairs and our notation. Thanks very much for watching. As always, hope to see you again soon on the channel. Bye for now.